Hi, I'm Albie from Keller Williams, Las Vegas, and I'm here to give you a market update for the month of December of 2024. It seems like a long time ago. No, it was just actually the other day. So, anyways, welcome to the new year and happy New Year's, everybody. And let's get down to business. Number one, interest rates. Interest rates are still sitting in that seven, very stagnant on there. We did have a small drop into that 6.5, but it's been set at that point for a little bit. So we'll see where the new year brings you on this. So let's get down to why you're really here. Let's talk about the median price. So the median price for the city of Las Vegas is 480,000. And what does that actually mean? Well, that means that half of the houses have sold above that and half of the houses have sold below that. So basically, we've been kind of stagnant on that as well. So we've been at 480, 482, 480, 483 for November, and now we're at right at 484, ending the year in December. All right, so it's been kind of flat, which is kind of good, and it's understandable because we're not seeing an influx of homes coming to market right now. Starting the new year, we're right around 5,000 single-family homes available for sale, and that's been a little high from before, but for having a basic standard market or where we need to be, a balanced market, and that number should be in that 10,000, 11,000 range. But we're at this point here, and that's where we are. So let's take a look at some other little areas of Vegas. Summerlin, of course, that's where I live. Something very interesting just happened, and I was looking at the numbers, and I ran the numbers over and over again. And you can pause this video if you really want to and take a wild guess. What is the median price for a home in Summerlin? And I'm talking all the way from Summerlin South all the way to Summerlin North. What do you think? That crazy number is $809,000. That is crazy. That is a huge number. Those are California numbers. That is astronomically large. So, all right. And what is that year over year? What does that really look like? So that was about a 10.75% increase versus last year, where that median price was, in that 722 range. That's a big number, right? So, all right. So let's take a look at a couple of little zip codes inside of Summerlin. So where I live in 89138, our median price was 878. That's a big number too. That's just a lot bigger, right? That is incredible, the amount of, value that it takes to be in 89138. So with that said, that is a 12.41% increase year over last year. Well, okay. I'm like, what does that mean versus the actual price of Vegas versus Summerlin? Because everybody's always says, Summerlin's just a great place. Summerlin is a great place, but it comes at a cost, a very big cost. And that total difference between the regular Summerlin price versus the regular median price of Las Vegas, that number ends up being about 45% difference. Man, that sounds outrageous. Almost double the price. Yeah, absolutely, that's almost double the price. And that's like, okay, what do I really get? So you get a lot of the beautiful benefits of just being in Summerlin. But if it's price conscious and I'm like, you need a little bit bigger house, maybe Summerlin isn't for you. It's depends on your needs. And I love it, and I totally love it. And I almost suggest that everyone should live here. No, actually, I think everybody should live here. But no. So that's the difference between pricing. If you're price conscious or you need a bigger house and you're set at a certain budget, or maybe you need new builds, and that's what Summerlin is all about. We're all about the new builds, right? So we have the brand new area of Summerlin, the new village of Grand Parks. And everyone's building up there, and they're going up fast too. And I did a video earlier, right before Christmas. With that said, is Grand Parks, and we're supposed to have this really large park that's supposed to be inside of there with baseball fields and other attractions inside of there. And one of the items I did bring up during that video is it's not family-friendly pricing. You're going to be looking at some of those pricing for most of those homes are going to be in that $500 per square foot. I'm like, okay, well, what does that really look like? I'm like, you look at a 2,000 square foot home, that's going to cost you a pretty penny just to be in a 2,000 square foot home. But some of these are in that 2,500, 3,000 square foot range. There are some builders that are building something, you're going to be right under $1 million. But then again, that's still a really large price. So anyways, but yeah, Grand Parks opened up. I think there's 4 different communities are currently selling. At the time of this video, actually, I think there's 3, but the 4th one's going to be opening up soon. All right. So let's take a look at a different area. All right, let's take a look at Henderson, right? Henderson. I always say Henderson, right? Henderson. So the Henderson prices are at $540,000 for the median price. And that is an 8.3% increase versus year over year versus last December of 2023. And I'm like, all right, is that a good number? Right, it is. So it's only about 11% higher than the median price of Las Vegas. So I'm like, all right, Vegas is 480. I am here at 540. And I'm like, what can I get for Henderson? Henderson is pretty sprawled out. It's pretty big. And for this metro of Las Vegas, you'll be able to find some good value inside of there too. And if you're looking for new, there's different areas inside of there as well. You have Cadence and you have Inspirata. So those are 2 areas inside of Henderson where you'll find these. Unless you really want to go to the big boys, and you can go into the Skya, beautiful homes overlook the Las Vegas, but you're looking in that 5 to 10, 20 million range. It's going to be a little pricey to be in that range. So, but if you guys are still looking for bargains, and I always mention this, so North Las Vegas. There's a couple of different parts of North Las Vegas, and everybody's like, oh, North Las Vegas. I'm like, no, absolutely, there's some good value in there, but everybody else is finding it out now. Is it because of my videos? I don't know, but let's talk about it. So 425 median price. I'm like, is that cheaper than the 480? I'm like, absolutely, it's cheaper. It's about 13% cheaper. So if you're looking for something where, hey, where can I get more value out of it? But I want to live in the Vegas area. So North Las Vegas, you're going to be able to get a bigger house for a lower price versus some of the other areas around the city. So I always tell everybody, I'm like, North Las Vegas, you're going to get a good bargain there. And the numbers don't lie. So it's a 13% savings versus the rest of the city. And I gotta address this one last thing, because I haven't seen the video lately, but the videos were circulating a lot. And they were talking about the Southwest. So basically, these videos had come out basically saying that all the rich people live in the Southwest part of Vegas. I don't know. The numbers do not lie. They don't. You may get a 1 or 2, but they don't. Because if you take a look at the numbers, all right, the median price for a house in the southwest part of Las Vegas, you're looking at $525,000. I'm like, $525,000. I think he just said that's lower than the median price of a house in Henderson. I'm like, absolutely, that is a lower price. Oh, maybe these super rich people are bargain shoppers. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. So once again, the wealthy people are living in Summerlin, and the numbers do not lie. And that's just what they are. We just had a sale in Summerlin for $29 million last month. That's outrageous, right? So that is a really large number. But here's a fun fact. On that house that sold for $29 million, was it $30 million? Oh, I should have looked it up before. But it's in that range, 29 or 30 million. The closest the 2 houses next to each other is 44 feet, which is ridiculous. If I'm buying a house for 29, 30 million, I need to have 2 miles between my house and somebody else's house. But I think that's pretty tight, 44 feet. Let me know in the comments if you think that's pretty tight, because it is tight. So anyways, but thank you for my short little TED Talk. Ignore my little gnomes that are sitting up there. We just haven't finished cleaning up our Christmas stuff, but I wanted to wish all of you a happy new year. And if you're a real estate agent, I wish you the best of luck of this year. I think this is going to be a really good year, and we're all interest rate driven. So just want to wish you guys a happy new year, and we'll talk